Hello there, it is I, Reinkarnitor, together with Blackie, Doomshroom, Vox, Alastor, and Kali. And because they're in Minecraft, they all have different names, except for Blackie and Doomshroom. But this is the window with the people who have different names. These dipshits here. Look at that. This is the window with the accurate names. Today, ladies and gentlemen, and non-ladies and non-gentlemen, we are doing a wonderful event called the Spooky Stories event. Now, what is happening right now is that we are all in a Discord call. Oh, by the way, Luna is also here. I forgot to mention her because she's not here, but she's in the Discord call. Hello, Luna. And she, and not just she, but we all have prepared one spooky story to read to the others today.
I actually didn't prepare for this. Oh, I'm going to pull one out of my ass. Anyway, keep going.
I can see you all. Okay, guys, you can start with the first spooky story.
I shall start.
Did you see in Minecraft, Free?
When Vox stops eating. When my sister Betsy and I were kids, our family lived for a while in a charming old farmhouse. We loved exploring its dusty corners and climbing the apple tree in the backyard. But our favorite thing was the ghost. We called her Mother, because she seemed so kind and nurturing. Some morning, Betsy and I would wake up, and on each of our nightstands, we'd find a cup that hadn't been there the night before. Mother had left them there, worried that we'd get thirsty during the night. She just wanted to take care of us. Among the home's original furnishing was an antique wooden chair, which we kept against the back wall of the living room. Whenever we were preoccupied watching TV or playing a game, Mother would inch that chair forward, across the room, towards us. Sometimes she'd manage to move it all the way to the center of the room. We always felt sad putting it back against the wall. Mother just wanted to be near us. Years later, long after we'd moved out, I found an old newspaper article about the farmhouse's original occupant, a widow. She'd murder her 2 children by giving them each a cup of poisoned milk before bed, and then she hung herself. The article included a photo of the farmhouse's living room, with a woman's body hanging from a beam. Beneath her, knocked over, was the old wooden chair, placed exactly in the center of the room. Did it get colder in here, or is it just me?
Jesus Christ. So Blackie, yes. Doomshroom starts off the entire thing with creepypasta or slash real story, perhaps. I don't know if you found it on Reddit or anything, but we know the genre of it. It's pretty good. That was pretty good. Yes, it was good. Thank you very much for that, Doomshroom. That was a nice thing. Blackie was writing in the chat that he has a poem that he wrote himself.
Edgar Allan.
No worries, Blackie, as I have written in the announcement, poetry and poems, spooky ones, are also included if you wish to bring out one of these. If anybody wants to read it, then
I can speak.
Blackie can speak. He speaks. He speaks.
Kill him.
Kill him.
He's got a voice. Shoot! Where is fire?
Why'd you kill? What?
You said kill him.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Blackie, I'm so sorry. I thought that I couldn't kill you because you were sitting. Oh my god.
Silence, silence, not a breath, trembling in a ear. Did you hear cry of death? Wolves are howling near. This old house stays alone, middle of the vale, full of silence, cold and stone, frightful fairy tale. Ice cold handle opens door, echo creaks you back. Someone's candle on the floor, hallway in pitch black, dancing shadows all around. Why have come you here? Silence, silence, not a sound. even walls can hear. What a fearsome, startling thing you expect to find. Glances from behind the screen, tricks of your own mind. Wind is whistling outside, struggling to escape. Tending figure on the hill, black and hollow cape. No one there, just a tree, slowly growing dry. Are you here? Did you see? Shadows never die. Passage full of gloomy lights, poison in your heart, paintings of a dreadful sight, wicked work of art, murky puddles on the ground, footprints in the dust, clothes rustling somewhere around, remains of the past. Shadows, shadows in the hall, whisper in your ear, mirror, mirror on the wall, faceless smile here, portrait hanging from the roof, follow you with stares. Faster, faster, run away, creeping on the stairs, running quicker through a past. Is your breath played out? Something knocks in window glass. Open it, look out. Full of evil creatures lurk, shapes of silent souls. Garden, garden in the dark, grown from human soul. Fear, fear eats your heart. Candle glowing dim, mind tearing apart. What a frightful dream.
Ooh, that was amazing, Blackie. That was super cool. Alright, very nice. Thank you, Blackie. Thank you very much.
Who's next?
I'm gonna save my idea for last because it's gonna be a good one.
Okay. Who wants to go next? Does Luna want to go next, or Slappy, or Machi? So Kali, Alastor, Luna. It's between you three now. He who speaks last, is gonna be the one who's reading.
What?
I can go.
Luna, you wanna read?
Yeah, I can go.
Okay, Luna, let's go.
The voice in our head speak.
The voices there. Luna is actually the incarnation, the infestation, the ghost that lives in the Western restaurant Echo.
Leaving the chicken wings on your table,
And they have a story on how they died, I guess.
or how someone.
No. No.
Luna is
Do you want-
the widow from Doomshroom story.
Anyway, let's go.
Oh no.
Let's get on with the story.
Okay,
Oh, we're gonna die.
women and gentlewomen. How about we all shut up so Luna can read her story poem, ghostly tale, whatever. Let's go.
Okay, so this is the story. I shared
Guys,
it in
stop
the
playing
No
with your
Mic
food.
channel. I shared it in the No Mic channel. Okay. This is called Evening Stroll. Albert adores walks, especially ones on snowy evenings, when the world sleeps, and he feels such tranquility. Ever since his sweet Harriet passed away almost 12 years prior, he's been lonely. Readjusting his life to fit without her is still difficult. His children and grandbabies visit a few times a year, and those times are always soothing and so much fun. When the silence and grief are too much, he entertains himself with weekly bingo with a few close friends and his nightly strolls. His friends warn him against walking alone at night, especially because of the supposed killer who abducts victims and tortures them for days before murdering them. He had laughed it off, assuring them he wasn't afraid. He had trained quite a bit in his youth. Albert blows his hands to warm them, then stuffs them in his coat pockets. He should have brought along his gloves. If Harriet were here, she'd scold him for his forgetfulness. He chuckles sadly at the thought. Alfred huffs his breath to watch the puffs disappear. While this leaves his chest cold, he quite enjoys it. It gives him an interesting sense of comfort. A distant figure approaches him at a brisk pace, and his heart rate kicks up. He knows it's irrational. This neighborhood is safe despite the warnings. Besides, all of the victims have been found elsewhere. Become shallow and heavy. He sighs when the man passes him with only a nod. Albert begins to whistle "You Are My Sunshine" in honor of his beloved Harriet. Was it him, my darling? My silly Al. It could very well be him, but it could also not be.
Oh,
No reason in taking chances.
Guys,
No reason in taking chances, though.
sorry,
gentle
sorry to
laughter
say it,
spread-
guys. I think I timed out. Okay, resume, Bear. If I die, Luna, then I die.
Blood flows over his fingers and down the man's. This is for my Harriet. My sincerest apologies. His tone is cordial. His family always tells him that his Harriet had died from cancer, but he knows better. Albert pants as he drags the body around the corner to the abandoned part of the neighborhood. He stows the dying man between two decrepit houses and allows the falling snow to cover him. He'll return and move it later when it's safe. He stuffs the knife and his hands in his pocket. He returns to blanket the patch of crimson with snow from a nearby snowdrift. Well done, Al. He heads home as "You Are My Sunshine" sounds in his head. He really does love his evening strolls. The end.
Ooh, that was very good. So he was the killer all along.
Good.
And
Also, I timed out in the second where he killed the person, so I missed that part. So I came back and heard that he was like, that he slit his throat and said, "This is for my Harriet." God damn.
Oh man, he committed suicide. What the fuck?
It was a very dark one, but it was a good one. Luna always writes dark but good ones.
Thank you.
All I'm gonna
Alright.
say is mine is a little different.
Just like you.
Indeed.
How about next we go with whatever Carly has planned. Carly, do you have anything in your repertoire which you wish to share with us?
Well, I tried to find a poem, but I'm not sure if it's scary enough. Well,
Don't worry, if it sucks, I'm just gonna cut it out and do as if you never were here in the first place.
Bro.
I mean, it's just a basic poem.
Now go ahead, we are listening.
Night of
Blackie
Fright.
is dying.
Monsters stalking through the night. Halloween is the night of fright. Fear is what this night brings, along with many other things. Are you sure you are prepared? Tonight is not for the easily scared. Creatures from hell roam on this night. For tonight is the night of fright. Trick or treat, you say. You should not have waited until the end of the day. Tonight you will lose your tricks and treats, for the monsters need to eat. You better not take this night lightly, or else you will truly learn what fright means. In ancient times people feared this night, the night they greeted with fright. Why they were so scared you will soon see on this All Hallows Eve. That's it.
That was very good. You cut out a bit, but we could understand what you said. You cut out there at the end of your sentences a bit, but we could still be able to understand what it's like. That's a very good one. It might be a relatively normal one, but it's still a very nice Halloween poem. I love it. Then next, I would say next we have Alastor, right? Al, what do you have in store for us? What kind of twisted, disgusting tale of murder and 1929 standards do you have for us?
Watch us about Teletubbies.
Are you gonna tell us about the stock market crash? Okay, so let's go.
The stock market crash.
I had to copy and paste this once from somewhere so I can remember it.
Alrighty then. No problem. We're all reading it from somewhere. Also, let me cough real quick before you start. Okay, you may start now.
There was a crooked man. He walked a crooked mile. He found a crooked sixpence upon a crooked stile. He bought a crooked cat, which caught a crooked mouse, and they all lived together in a little crooked house. But the crooked man was sad, and once he had a thought. Why should he be crooked, when others, they were not? So the crooked man sent out to make a crooked earth, crooked men and crooked women, buried in crooked dirt. And the crooked man stepped forth and rang the crooked bell, and thus his crooked soul spiraled into a crooked hell, murdered his crooked family, and laughed a crooked laugh. You people must all suffer my crooked wrath.
The Crooked Man rhyme. I didn't even know if that's originally from that horror movie or if that originated
No,
from
it's
somewhere
not.
else.
It's existed for a while.
Ah, okay. I mean, that was a very nice poem. Thank you very much, Alastor. That was great.
I like that it's a great metaphor for life, too.
I am now going to try my best to open up something in the background without having to freaking destroy my Minecraft. Ah, there we go. Okay, I opened the chat. That's how I do it. So, guys, this tale is something I've written, and it's called The Nightwalker. Who are you? A simple question, and yet it is harder to answer than most people think. Because with everything I see during the day, I know that's not really what people are. Because the fact is, everyone has that one thing that they don't want anyone to notice. Be it that you're still sad because your last romance didn't work out as you had hoped, be it something very innocuous like dreading the next test at school, or something much bigger like the real being. And so there are many people who do not want to show their true nature, their true interests or hobbies. Unfortunately, nowadays there are still people who don't understand when other people think differently than they do. When they like something that you don't like yourself, it starts with very harmless things. What, you like anime? That's only for nerds. What, you have an Xbox? PlayStation is way better. How can you get into this music class? Are you such a wimp? Rock. Rock is what real men like. You hide this page from others so that none others can see. During the day, they conform to a compulsion that they feel they must embrace in order to fit in. In the light, the outer being is always like a tape that is just played daily, but in the dark, when no one is looking, is where the true essence emerges. And so this creature came into being. That grotesque creature that you yanked away so no one would ever see, and at night you sent it off to find solutions. The Nightwalker. The previous examples were still fairly harmless. It gets worse when a person really has problems. Problems, but also fear to tell someone about these problems. The Nightwalker lets these problems out at night. He cries and he's sad, shaking in disgust from the fake smile he had to wear all day. Depression, anxiety, bullying. Again, these are only things the Nightwalker reveals. Because during the day you want to look strong. I wasn't always out at night. There was a time when you were accepted no matter who you were or what you liked. I could proudly walk the streets while the sun fell on my head, but people have become petty. They made rules, and if you don't conform to that so-called norm, you get put down. A fancy hair color, an unusual hobby, a tattoo, that is enough. And so I was forced to hide everything I am, everything I like, so that one could look like this standard. I was sent out into the night so I would never find my way home, but I can now see more at night than most people do during the day. And so I only walk these streets in the light of the moon. I wander, not looking for solutions as people hope, but looking for you. I want to find you, because you just let me down. Yes, you've probably guessed it already. I am the Nightwalker. And I am what you've tried to hide within you. I have a request for you. If you haven't cast me out yet, let me stay. Do not be afraid. If everyone could see that I am in everyone, then no one would be afraid to show me. So if you have problems, don't give them to me, and don't let me wander the streets with them at night. I won't find a solution for you out there. I'm just trying to find you. You yourself must face your problems in daylight. Don't be ashamed of what you like. Don't be ashamed if you're sad or need help. Or tear me away from yourself and let me wander the streets at night. But if you do, don't be surprised if you go out at night and hear footsteps behind you. You don't have to be afraid of me. You don't pay any attention to me in daylight either. Now why should I suddenly be important when you meet me? Just keep hiding and hope I don't find you. Hope I never catch up with you. You who have cursed me to wander restlessly over the night. Oh. It seems I found you. After all. The end.
Yo.
How long did it take you to write this?
That took a few, like 2 hours maybe.
I like soup.
I don't like soup, bitch. No. After all this, just I like soup. You know what I'm saying?
Vox. That was my story.
Alright.
Now it is time for the grand finale. The cherry on top of the ice cream. The you need after a long day in work. Let's
Shut
go.
up.
Vox.
Oh, yo.
Go ahead with that one.
Twitch regulations,
Hey.
Twitch regulations.
Remember,
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna be pulling this one out of my ass, so there's
Okay,
gonna be a couple
I'm
of things
very
that may not make
excited now.
sense.
I'm very excited. Let's go. I'm
Anyway,
very excited.
here we go.
Oh, wait. Alright.
Many days have passed. Many weeks have gone by. But one man does not look to time. He does not care for the simplest of things that go on in reality. He lives his life the way that he desires. He cares not for how old he gets, he cares not for how limp he may be. But there's one thing he does love. It's the job that he chose. This man, he works tireless hours for this job. He speaks to many people within the crowd. With his voice, he looks upon everyone, mostly looking at everyone as if they are lesser beings than him. And he laughs. He laughs like a maniac. But within his careless life, one day his death comes with a swift cut. And as it does, he falls upon the hell that was given to him. And though he feels as if that he is still higher above everyone else, all he can do is smile. Despite everything and his views on the world and everyone around him, there is one thing he can never escape. His one true enemy. The only person that has ever been able to make him think. Someone who has stalked him over his years. Someone who makes him feel true anger. Someone who sees ideals beyond his own. Someone that embodies the very thing he hates. And one day, when this man, the smiling man, goes upon a hotel, wishing to find a place to live and to bring out his ideals upon everyone else, he stays there and everything seems perfectly fine. The caretakers seem quite nice. But even within such an accepting and redeeming place, his time would only come as the man that follows him shortly finds him. And one day, when the smiling man finally decides, I think I'm gonna go out and have a little bite to eat, he goes to his favorite restaurant to have a lovely thing of bacon. And upon that day, as he sits down, bringing fear to all the employees, the one and only comes behind him and says, "What the fuck are you doing, you piece of shit radio?" and kills him.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Basically, a story of Vox being an annoyance to fucking Al.
I knew it. Like I knew it had something to do with Al. I didn't expect you to kill him in the end, bro.
I had the command literally waiting the entire time as you were doing your story. I was like, I'm gonna do this and it's gonna be real good.
Okay,
And then it's finally.
I'm so happy that I had you in frame when you.
Oh, I am stonks.
I would like to thank Blackie, Doomshroom, Vox, Kali, Alastor, and Luna for being here. Thank you very much. It was a very great story event. It's gonna be mostly uncut. I might cut like 2-3 things out which we said like when we were stupid. I'm feeling watched right now, Doomshroom.
Yeah, I feel
Oh,
watched.
don't worry.
He killed himself. Anyway, thank you very much for being here. Hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time in like 7 years when we're gonna do the next podcast. Goodbye!